Hey, so today we actually got a bit of an unexpected one. Now, as I was making a video that actually mentions Hinokami, they put out a dev vlog. So I don't know if I need to re-record the segment that I talked about Hinokami, or I need to not give a fuck and still post it anyways. That's beside the point. Hinokami, after almost a whole year of going silent, has finally put out a dev vlog showcasing, or at least talking about the game more in depth. So I'm going to assume there's going to be something that gives us more information along the lines of release. That's what we're here for. Hinokami has been radio silent for a while, and I'm very sure they post sneaks inside of the, I think it's Patreon. I think it's a Patreon paid membership place where you can see sneak. Anyways, I talk more about all of that stuff in the video I'm going to be posting either Thursday or Friday. We'll see. It's a very big video, so it's going to take me a while to edit. Anyways, Hinokami. Let's actually find out what's been going on with the game. Let's see if it's coming out this year. Let's find out some more information. This is one of the Demon Slayer games that people are genuinely looking forward to. So without further ado, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's find out what's going on with Hino. Okay, we're on the YouTube channel Hinokami. They posted this 18 minutes ago. Just gonna hit the like button and I'm going to go straight into this. So the last time I checked, Hinokami did have copyright music in some of their sneaks, so I'm gonna keep the volume low. You guys know how I feel about
so this is
this stuff, bro.
Video. We'll be explaining like the process of the game, what's going on, what's changed since
music in the background is ours for custom soundtracks made by. Honestly, if I could clap without it making it sound sus, I would clap. Appreciate that. I'm gonna put the volume max now.
Plus initial concepts and how the game is going overall. So I hope this. So the most asked question about the game is like the release date. Like, to be honest,
okay, they've changed a lot about Hinokami. I won't do too much pausing because this is already a 10-minute video. I won't do too much pausing, I promise. They changed a lot. The UI is completely different from the last time I've seen it, and I like this UI. It's unique. We don't see much games with UI that look like this, at least. I like this. Look, and then even, yeah, Demon King, admin, creator, the leaderboards look pretty interesting. Simple but effective. I like this.
I love like games. I mean, we all know this with anime devs, or even just other devs in general. When they give a release date, it never really reaches that target. Things get delayed, issues happen. So I don't want to give any concrete dates until a week of release, similar to.
Oh, the music is way too loud, my king. So this is probably going to be the last time I pause unless we see something crazy. He basically said he's not going to give us any real release dates at all, essentially.
How I planned RPG's 2 release date by doing it in a week in advance. So, but for people wondering why the game is taking a while, it's mainly because I want this to be like my send-off to like the trilogy, right? So most people don't know there's a Demon Slayer RPG one. There is a second one. Everyone knows about that, especially if you're watching the video. But you know,
I didn't know about that. I can't lie.
They're very different. RPG 1 was a PvP progression.
Okay, hold on. I gotta pause because this is UI related stuff. UI looks pretty decent. Looks pretty nice. I'm not really understanding too much of what I'm looking at. But if we go over here, you can see level. You can see your race. You see breathing. There's subclasses. There's going to be subclasses in the game. Faction, obviously, is probably going to be like Demon's Corpse, whatever, Upper Moon, and things of that nature. Reputation. Okay, so there's going to be a reputation. And you can see your breathing level here as well. Physical, durability, intelligence, dexterity. And I think that says stance. So there's going to be a lot to... You're going to be able to make your build, bro. Builds are going to be a bit crazy.
Type of game.
Though I'm wondering, what would you use intelligence for in a Demon Slayer game?
RPG 2 was a PvE progression, though it was very bad looking back. But, you know, it lived due to the PvP community. And for this game, I just want it to be the best game I can make.
Oh, the music is so loud, bro.
I've learned a lot about this game. Like, not about this game, but I've learned a lot about development, way more than I have in any of my previous projects. The original concept of the game, when I first brought up to development with my team, was to recreate RPG 2 with new graphics and updated combat. Over time, we decided to change that course and make an entire new game out of it, not trying to recreate the previous games like RPG 1 or RPG 2. This game is way bigger than all my previous games. Like, we want to fill in as much content and mechanics as possible. And even post-release, we want to update the mechanics, like adding things such as skill upgrades, skill mastery system, and even using items to configure your skills to give new effects. And with these changes, we looked back on certain aspects we made, such as NPCs, for example. Our old NPCs were alright, but we recoded them, remade them from scratch. As you can see here, I'll be posting a few model images of the NPCs. We wanted to create NPCs that are way more diverse than their initial ones. And originally, most of the NPCs were just going to be R6 characters.
Right, old, left, new. Okay, that's actually pretty interesting. They're completely changing. Okay, see, when you see things like this warrants being massive delays, right? Massive delays are warranted because you're essentially revamping the whole game without the game even being out, without people even knowing what's going on. They're revamping the whole game. Obviously, it's going to take a while. And it's pretty interesting. They're going with a more, like, this gives Roblox anime game vibes, right? But this gives Demon Slayer game vibes. So they're trying to go more original, more creative with it. And I honestly support it. Look at the models of the mobs. They actually look really good. And it does give Demon Slayer vibes. So that's valid.
Originally, most completely. Of the NPCs were just going to be R6 characters with some different skills and such. But we thought, since, you know, we want to release the best quality we can just make custom models, make them truly unique, how they fight, different gimmicks, different weaknesses. So perfect.
And that's perfect. That's that vibe that early Deep Woken gave. I don't care about Deep Woken currently, the game sucks. But the vibe early Deep Woken gave was, okay, we could just put a bunch of different humanoid models in the game, like how other Roblox anime games do it. Deep Woken isn't an anime game, but you get my point. Instead, they went in with unique mobs, and each mob has their own personalities, to the point where people are memeing Sharkos, making memes of Sharkos, the Sharko plushies. Each mob has its own characteristics, its play style, how you defeat it, how you interact with it. They give the game a persona. And genuinely, if this game follows in those footsteps where each mob actually has its own meaning, it's not like, oh, you're just fighting a mob so you could defeat the mob and move to the next area. You're actually fighting this mob, you're interacting with it for a specific reason. It might have a specific drop or something that you need to kill in order to gain some sort of crafting material, whatever the case may be, and you interact with it quite regularly, right? If it's a mob that has its own personality, like there are certain mobs in certain games where it's like, oh, you know you need to fight it, but you hate it. Like the owls, or corrupted owl on Deep Woken, right? You need those corrupted feathers, but you hate fighting it, like genuinely. So having mobs with its own personality is genuinely great, is great. Unique mobs, genuinely great. And I like the models. The models so far from the pictures we've seen look amazing. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be interesting. I love that. I know I've paused quite a bit, and we're only 2 minutes in. I'm gonna try not speak too much. The only reason I keep pausing to speak is because there's a reaction, and I wanna. This is a game that's been in development for years, bro. I'm gonna have something to say. Shut your mouth. If you don't want to watch me yap, go click on the original video. Like, what the fuck? You're here to hear me react.
3 to 4 months. Though our previous NPCs were alright, they were like acceptable. We just want to go beyond that, and we just wanted to make something that is memorable, that stands
Campfires
out.
are going to be important, chat.
These changes will greatly enhance the experience, in my personal belief. To show the development journey of the game, I'm going to show off the old NPC and show you a new footage of the new NPCs. To make the comparison fair, they'll both be R6.
Okay, so they've improved the AI. Completely improved the AI.
Not only did we make the NPCs better in terms of playstyle and gameplay, but as you can see in this footage, the optimization for the NPCs has also been greatly increased. Prior with the old NPC systems, there would be quite a bit of performance issues with several NPCs if they were to attack.
This is looking really good.
The ping and the FPS and the gameplay overall is super smooth. Even with, I don't even know,
even the way they coordinate, like they're coordinatingly, if that's even a word, I'm saying it wrong. The way they fight, the interacting with the player in coordination, like it's sequenced. They're not all attacking at the same time, but where one might attack, another one will see an opening and try and attack too. Whereas a lot of other games, where even when the NPCs fight you one at a time, they're running around you in a weird manner. There's a lot of examples I can give, but I'm not going to edit this video too tough because I can't edit 2 videos in the same day. I don't have the energy for that.
Can't really count. I guess if you want to count, you go ahead. But yeah, so a lot of these reworks and such are not just for gameplay differences, but when they are reworked, they're also built for optimization to make sure the game is smooth as possible.
Type Soul's the best example I can give, by the way, where multiple NPCs might be fighting you at once and it's just scuffed.
Also, for another change,
but then again, we know Type Soul's some piece of crud. So
each NPC will have a second variation. So if you look at games similar to Deep Woken, where they have, let's say, Shaco, and then they got a corrupted Shaco, the only thing that changes is the health and damage output. We wanted to take a similar concept to that, but instead of just increasing the damage or making them just...
Sorry to pause again. Y'all notice how I made the Shaco comparison too? Deep Woken's the only good game to draw good NPC design from, because, well, if you look at a game like Type Soul and look at the NPCs you have to fight, they suck ass. So, you know, GG, right?
Stronger. They have a different style of combat or like a unique mechanic with them.
The same example I gave. Revolveragz, you're so intelligent. You should become a Roblox developer. Fund me $2 million and I'll make the best Sword Art Online game in the world. Fund me $2 million and I'll make the best Sword Art Online game in the world. I swear my life. Oh, okay. I like those whispers. Hinokami, okay. You're going insane as you're fighting it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No.
Oh my gosh. The Hinokami devs are cooking.
Like, even when we do a mob, we want to just add a few more variations just to give like a bit more content for NPC variety.
Wait. I didn't expect this.
So there's also been like a few changes with progression. Originally, like I said, it was going to be similar to RPG 2 with quests, but now we believe in a more open world progression similar to games like Red Dead Redemption, Breath of the Wild, and things like that.
Taking inspiration from Red Dead and Breath of the Wild for progression wise. That already sounds amazing. Okay.
Roaming around the map, we want things to happen that pop up that aren't, you know, needed to pick up a quest for.
Am I glazing?
And how players tackle these types of like encounters will be based on the reputation system we have. So there's good and bad reputation, and for most events, not all though, most events there'll be 2 routes.
Okay, so insanity is a factor in this game. So I mean, we clocked that from the Enderman NPC
in the game.
Hinokami might be cooking. It looks like I'm gonna have to redo the segment for Hinokami in the video. I'm gonna have to redo the segment for Hinokami in the video.
So that's an example of many open world random encounters in the game. There are also many other ways to progress, such as crafting, or even exploring itself, not even relating to these encounters and such. But the way you progress is entirely up to your playstyle. If you'd also like to do PvP like bounty missions and such, there are also those options as well. Now I'll talk about what's the current goal of the development of the game. So firstly, we have to finish the new NPCs. There's not much left to do. Realistically, the main part is just waiting for animation assets for these mobs, and once they're done, they don't take very long to implement in the game. We've already got a few of them done, such as the wolf, the shadow demons, the explosives, the different variations of those, the bandits, the hybrid demons, the normal demon.
Hey Yaiba, I'm gonna need y'all to cook up something because I had Hinokami below y'all. Now Hinokami might be above y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Many other NPCs. So that will be the first objective. Next, I want to just update some of my order mechanics, such as the item spawning system. Previously, I mean, it works, it does well, but I kind of want to just add extra layers to add extra features. So, for example, if you see this, right, this is a item that Midnight Flower, which is used for a demon revert potion, right? Prior, it would just have a random chance at night, but with this new system, for example, with the updated mechanics, which is being worked on right now, certain items will spawn better in certain months, even on certain days. So you can see here, the Midnight Flower spawns better in July and December, so it has a 2 times higher rate, and then it has
so it's going to be seasonal rotations
if it's on the date of July 15th and December 25th, for example. So little mechanics like that, you know, don't take too long to do. I would like to rework as well before the release. Then the rest of the development would just be like filling out the map with the new content, the random events, the NPCs, etc. Since there have been some map changes since the prior release, and obviously the old NPCs have been scrapped, so we'd want to place new ones around, and hopefully by then, with all these types of changes and all these types of stuff, we can get ready for the release of the game. Thank you for everyone waiting patiently. I appreciate the wait.
I'm not gonna lie, that might be 2026 release though.
Video kind of proves like the new stuff is worth waiting for. And for the rest of the video, I'm just going to show off some concept arts of the characters. So as you guys know,
2026
we do not use Demon Slayer characters for copyright reasons. This game is just inspired by Demon Slayer. We got our own skills, our own things like that, own mechanics, etc. So for the rest of the video, I'm going to show off some concept art and credits in the link of the description for the people who made it.
Okay, this is quickly concept art. All right, that's interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I am impressed. I am genuinely. Shh! Don't watch that, bro. Impressed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm genuinely impressed. That was pretty clean. That was very clean. I don't have much to say. On the most part, what they showed off was actually really good. It wasn't anything crazy, but it actually showcased the game in a very, very good light. The devs have revamped the game essentially and taken it in a better direction than it would have gone in originally, which is also very good. A lot of devs take their time. Again, this is kind of how I feel about the way that what's the name of the game again? Oh my gosh, Nephros. That's kind of the same way how I felt about Nephros. Well, the developers disappeared, but they came back showcasing a much better game than it was previously. Hinokami has done the exact same thing, and not only that, they've revamped a lot of the core systems, they revamped some of the mechanics, and they're even changing the way like you interact with NPCs, how NPCs fight with you. They improved the AI. That's amazing. That's great. And obviously they said they made the game a lot more optimized. So honestly, they're cooking up some heat, genuinely. And I'm not gonna lie, Hinokami might be the one. My main thing is when is release. Release would probably be 2026 in my opinion, because from what it looks like, they're adding, implementing, changing, and have done a lot already. But there's still more work to be done from what was said. Or it might look like a December release, if we're being honest. So I don't know. Obviously, we've been waiting all this time. The only thing we can do is wait at this point. But yeah, no, genuinely, that's really interesting. Really interesting. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna see you guys on like Friday. I don't know when the other video is gonna come out. There's a lot to do. I'm gonna see you guys soon though.